Hey book fam, I hope you guys are well. Today we are getting into Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. Yo, this book was something else, okay? And I thought I was getting into something light, and this will be something light for you guys probably, but this ended up triggering me. And I probably should have put this at the end of the year, but it's a nice summer read. So let's get into this book. So we have Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb, and let me tell you, I gave this book a 5-star. A 5-star for everything overall. This has a slower pacing, but it is steady and consistent. And it ramps up to the end of the book, which was like a page turner by the end. The author sets the stage, she builds the world, and I enjoyed the slower pacing at the beginning because there's a lot to digest there with this kingdom she's created. This follows the main character, Fitz. Fitz is the illegitimate son of a Prince Chivalry. I believe that's how you say it. And he doesn't really know his mother. So he has no father. He has no mother. And he is in the care of Burrich. And Burrich is like a stable master. So he's lucky enough to find these male role models that take him in and teach him something. He's learned something from every man that he's encountered in here, which I thought that was nice. That he's not been around any kind of like deadbeat loser, but he's been around people that have really, taught him Burrich just about living in general. He is taking care of Fitz, and Fitz finds his unconditional love from animals. And I will say I like how this book is really centered on that, like his identity, who he is, and just trying to find that love, get that unconditional love from somebody. And sometimes you don't get that. Sometimes that unconditional love comes from a pet companion. But I enjoyed everybody in this story. I enjoyed his companionship with his dogs because I am a dog lover. We had a dog pass away. This is Thanos as a puppy, and he only lived probably a little over a year, but he had a heart condition and his heart gave out. And we enjoyed every moment of that, but I was just devastated when he died because that was my companion. Like, he got me. He was the service dog, and he was a solid dog, y'all. He was good, y'all. But Fitz finds that in here, and there are some heartbreaking moments in here that I just had to stop and put this book down, and I bawled my eyes out twice. And I was like, I can't read this. This is horrible, but I just had to finish it because it was good. It was a good book. So I will say there's a strong companionship with animals. It's almost like some kind of ability that he has. And Burrich I liked, but there was this moment in here where it shifted to being very distant that I did not like. He abandons Fitz, and I did not care for that. But the book later explains the reasoning why, and it's all out of this fear. And I did enjoy it. I would say the plot was there. Fitz starts to grow up, and he is taken in by Chad, which is another male role model, but he's an assassin, and he teaches the skill of assassination to Fitz, and he becomes the king's assassin, and his loyalty is tested, his service to his kingdom is tested, and that dynamic, he is really being tested in his mind with these tasks to fulfill these duties. And he's so young. He's so young, and at an early age, being tested like that, it's like, do you care for me as a person? He's not in a grown adult yet. But do the king and Chad care for him as a person? I thought that was good. And he just didn't want to let anybody down. And the only comfort that he found was in his dogs that were just these loving companions. And I was like, Dad, this is, I enjoyed that. But I did enjoy the plot. He has to travel to this duchy, and the prince is supposed to marry her, and he's supposed to be assigned with killing the princess's brother, which I enjoyed. And he has this moral dilemma of, I don't believe I should do this, but he's being pressured to do it anyway. And whether he doesn't really know whether he's being tested again or not, whether he should do this or not, whether he should just risk it, not do it, and go flee and seek refuge somewhere else. So I enjoyed that. I enjoyed these zombie-like people in here that were like, almost reminded me of Pirates of the Caribbean. The first one where they were shown in the moonlight as skeleton, but it's not that. They've got this consciousness to them where they know kind of what they're doing, and almost like pirate like as well. And I enjoyed that aspect. I thought that was pretty cool. And they're called the Forged. I would love to see more of them in the second book. And there was this kingdom just being riddled with raids. It almost reminded me of like the Vikings, and just being raided, but they're pirates. They're the red ships, raiders in here, and I enjoyed that as well. Fitz has a couple scenarios where he has had this link between him and his dogs, where he has been warned of danger, and he's trying to get to certain places in here on the cusp of it being too late, which was like heart pounding. The pacing was good in those situations. And will he be on time? Will he be too late? It's heartbreaking. Y'all got to read this. This is good. I will say my favorite quote in this book is, don't do what you can't undo until you've considered what you can't do once you've done it. That's a good life lesson for those growing up and maturing as an adult, instead of just kind of going guns ho into things, taking a step back and consider it all. Even with the things that you say to certain people, taking a step back and saying, should I hold my tongue in this space? Should I go ahead and speak up for myself? Should I hold back what I'm about to say? Could what I say hurt this person for a long time? Or, this financial situation, should I wait, pray on it, let it go for a minute, or should I act now? I enjoyed that quote. And then, most prisons are of our own making. A man makes his own freedom too. Like, it's all in the switch of your mind and your mindset. So I enjoyed that quote. I have some memorable thoughts or reflections about this book. There is, like I've mentioned, there are 2 instances in here where Fitz has these companions, these dog companions, and in a time where he is struggling with his identity and receiving unconditional love from those around him, which he doesn't get, he gets that from these 2 dogs, and it is so cute to see. It's so heartwarming to see, but there's also things that happen in here, and it's like, this is life. This is life, raw and real. And sometimes all you've got is you. But if you believe in God, you got God as well. You've got the Lord. But sometimes you can feel like that rock bottom all alone by yourself. And I enjoyed how that was written in here. My favorite character had to be Fitz. This is from Fitz's point of view. And I think it is first person, actually. Yeah, it is from Fitz's point of view in the first person. But my favorite character other than Fitz would be Verity. He's Prince of the King, and he's got this confidence. He's not rude, he's not belittling to Fitz at all. He doesn't, constantly remind him of his station, like, oh, you're an illegitimate kid. Like in here, the word bastard is flung around so many times, and I can't stand that. But he doesn't treat Fitz like that. He treats him like a comrade, and it's like he gives Fitz this confidence, like, you can do this, you're able to do this. And Fitz is in some situations where he has to call for help, and Verity is there to help him. I liked Verity. And Burrich had some layers. He's like a family member that loves you, but he has his own monsters that he's facing. But he tries his best for you. So I kind of liked Burrich. And he was there for Fitz even at the end. So I like that. I want to see more of all these characters. I'd like to see a little more growth with Burrich. And Fitz, like that father-son role. I would like to see that. And I think I got it all. Yeah, this was an overall 5-star book. I enjoyed this book. I found this book 2 illustrated copy in excellent condition on Pango Books, and I was so excited. I hadn't bought anything from there, but I have been selling on the platform, and I was so excited to find this one because it was actually a better deal than shopping online at like other stores like Amazon and stuff for the regular paperback copy. I got the hardback special illustrated edition, and I used some coupons and some credits that I had and balances that I had on there to get it, and I was so excited. So if you like looking for good deals on books, there are new books, used books on there, special editions, signed copy books on pangobooks.com, and I'll leave my affiliate code in the comments for you. If you wanted to use that, you get $5 off your order. You don't have to go on my store and shop. You can go on and find anything on the platform and use that code to get your $5 off. So I'll leave that in the comments. Let me know what you thought about this book. If you like this content, please give it a thumbs up and just share your thoughts. Leave a comment, share what's on your TBR, share what your favorite character was in this book. Did you like the Red Raiders aspect in here? Did you like the zombies in here, the Forged? What did you think of this series? I thought it was a good summer read, this first book. I will be continuing on in the series. If you are one that does not like romance in your books, this had none. But I have heard mixed things on TikTok about the storyline, that there is some in there that the author writes, and there may even be some content. So I'll look out for that and update you on that. I hope it's not too bad. This didn't have any. This was just a boy going through life. He did have a fondness for a girl in here, but he ended up losing his shot. He should have shoot his shot earlier in the story, but he didn't. And it became too late. So yeah, this is a good book. Oh, there was another character that I enjoyed in here, and it's called the Fool. And he almost reminded me, if you've read The Way of Kings, the wit in The Way of Kings, how he kind of talks in riddles without really just straightforward telling you things and secrets of the kingdom, or things that are not in his place to share. He kind of talks in riddles. So the Fool talks in riddles as well in here, but he also cares for Fitz as well in his own way. And I like that. I liked how he encountered so many good folks, and yet, they're all not perfect. Oh, I didn't talk about the antagonists, y'all. I loved the antagonists because they were so bad. Okay, There are two antagonists that make this story that much better. Galen is a teacher of the skill, these abilities that show up in certain people, and Fitz does have signs of showing that he could have the skill. He does have it, but Fitz is just so power hungry, abusive with his power, and abusive towards Fitz physically and mentally in the story, that you just really got angry and you wanted justice to be served, and it ends up being served in a way that is like so good at the end. I enjoyed it. I did. And Regal, I believe his name was Regal. I think it is Regal. It is Regal. Regal is more conniving instead of just blatantly letting you know that you're hated. Regal is more conniving, manipulative, and fake with it, which I enjoyed because Fitz sees through it, but he's unsure on how to act. But I like how Fitz, what's the word I'm trying to use? He's not giving into the facade. He's not buying into the facade. So I liked those two antagonists. Regal more so because he was more manipulative and conniving. And I liked how you think he's going to get away with this in the end, and you get mad. And to a certain extent, he didn't receive the justice that I would have liked in the book, but he was good. He was a good antagonist. But anyway, I am now reading Threadbare. So I'll be reading this today. Not too advanced in this, but this is kind of giving me kind of Viking-ish vibes, nomadish vibes, but it's crusade, so we'll see how this goes. If you are one that really gets into your book reviews, and you need clarity on how to sort your thoughts out and your feelings, and you need like a little organized sheet, I do have these printables on my Etsy shop. You just buy it and print it yourself, but I find this rather helpful when I'm trying to sort out what I want to talk about first. And I may even make another one, because you see I wrote all on the back of this as well, for this, just to really get all my complete thoughts and feelings out about this book. But yeah, these are in my Etsy shop. I'll leave that as well in the comments. And yeah, that is what I got. I hope you guys enjoyed this book review. And yeah, toodaloo.